our kids are going to be empowered with ancestral discipline. You know, they will have an understanding of the grand scheme of things at communal level. They will understand their unlimited intelligence. They will understand their how that nothing can stop them. They would understand that consciousness that their ancestors had. I mean, the ancestors were the architects of all the civilizations that you can find anywhere on the planet. I don't care who have laid claims to those civilizations right now, whether it is Chinese civilization, it doesn't matter. The ancestors architectured all the civilizations that ever surfaced on the surface of the planet. And the funniest thing is that our ancestors had breakaway civilizations even beyond the planet, beyond the earth, even on Mars, even on the moon. You see, there are a lot of information that definitely will never be mainstream because they intentionally hid this information, most especially from the current generation, the future generation of Africans. Entire libraries were burnt down. Libraries that sat on on hectares of land, thousands of hectares of land. That was how massive those libraries were. They burnt them down. And all this information I'm talking to you about were mainstream information in the days of old in Africa, in you know, amongst all the different kingdoms in Africa, all the different civilizations in Africa. So one of the things I tell individuals who I see that they are interested in going the rabbit hole of consciousness, I tell them that you have no reason to second guess this journey. You have absolutely no reason, because all you're going to be discovering as you travel the journey is power and more power, nothing else.
Power and more power.
You know,
As in, you will decree a thing in less than 1 hour, it will come to pass.
Power.
absolutely, absolutely.
You will decree a thing, and in less
The,
than
the,
1 hour, it will come to pass.
they talk
You know,
about
No,
they
there
yeah,
talk
was
we
there
about
was
definitely
this.
in the age of instant manifestation. This is what we were talking about on the live yesterday. Like as soon as you think it, you might as well be prepared to see it. So if you don't want to see it, you
Yeah,
shouldn't
but
be thinking it, you know?
but pop, it's like you will grow into it. You will grow into it. It's not like it's you will grow into it. There was
listen,
this.
it is you and I that
Yeah,
are growing into it. Our children are not going to grow into it. They are going to be born
yeah,
into it.
they'll be
It will
born
become
into
their
it.
natural, it will become their
Because the way
everyday
I teach, the way I
experience.
teach my children, the way I teach my grandchildren and my daycare babies, they don't have to grow into anything. It's just being, you know what I'm saying?
It becomes their reality from the day of birth. There was
No, no
this.
religion, no religion, no mistaken
You know,
identity, none of that here. None of that
you know,
here.
there was a time I was learning about because I learned programming at some point in my life. So I came across this. I just said, okay, fine. Let me just go deeper into writing algorithms and understanding binaries. What I learned shocked me. What I discovered shocked me because I noticed that all this. I don't know if any, Sean will understand all this. If a priest, when they want to consult the gods, they always write in one and
It's
zero.
the IFA binary system. Anything they are calling code today or software, whatever
And
they
I'm
are
like,
calling it is the IFA binary system.
I went to my
Nothing more.
mom's village at Ijebu, and I was talking to the priest. I was just asking him some questions, and I started talking to him I was so because I became so curious that I want where I come from, my people. I want to know how they do things. I want to understand it. When that man explained the IFA stuff to me, I understood programming and algorithm better. Like
Did
it
you
came
know that?
alive
Did
in
you
me.
did you know that the founders of Google,
Yeah,
they spent months in Ile-Ife? Are you aware?
I heard they came. I heard they came, but I didn't know they
Goo-
spend months.
Google Google is downwashed FIFA binary system.
All, all it is, you see, all software is just that somebody go into the 100%, which is illogical, a genius, go into the illogical and come out with the logical, which is the 5%, and we start copying, we start following, which we should do the same thing, go into the illogical and create our own and be a trail maker instead of a follower, which that's what we do today. We copy and follow. Our ancestors were creators and co-creators, and that's the difference today.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're very correct, Jablis. They disconnected us, and that was the agenda. That was the agenda of the colonizer. All he just wanted us to do is to ensure that they disconnected us and they gave us Jesus Christ.
Because it's our own thing. Them came and went and just rewrite, plagiarize it and bring it back to us.
Yeah,
That's what I
bro.
mean.
Yeah.
And it's like you take the lion cub and bring it like you see them bring the chicken into the pen and have them in the pen, take them from the wild. Now them don't know nothing about the wild anymore. And that's how we grow up. We grow up losing those faculties. It's like an animal in the wild. He would be using his faculties on a daily basis. But an animal in a pen is getting feed day and night.
There
So
were
his
families.
faculties are not developing. And that's what it is today. So these people where you say
Jablis.
intellectual that go to school.
Jablis. Jablis. Do you know that when you look at the book of Leviticus or the book of Deuteronomy, all those priests, all those, okay, kill a pigeon. When somebody sins, you kill a ram, you do this. That is the African religion. You don't get that is the real African religion. When you want to go appease the god, you go with chicken, you go with pigeon. The priest go into a place and he comes out, we get, and he puts the blood on the ground. Abi, sure, am I wrong?
Well, of course, absolutely.
You
Do
see,
you know that?
the book of Leviticus, those practice are the real African practice.
We know.
You
Get
got
so you cannot come and tell me that Jesus Christ told us not to observe it again, that we are now in the sin of we are now in the era of grace. You understand? And you have to see, one thing I believe is that you say this word,
I
there are
don't
laws
believe
that
it.
there are laws that governs this world. And true, once you go against the law of primordial, the first law, the first law of the world, it's going to work against you. There's no grace that can take that away.
all you need is fundamental truth. That's all.
True.
We
Thank you,
only need
brother.
fundamental truth.
Thank
That's
you,
all
brother.
true.
Don't just accept it like blind sheep.
Do you know that? Do you
And
know
I
that
am not
there's
even a
really
sheep. I'm a goat.
no? You're not. You're not a goat.
No, bro,
Yeah, yeah.
Do
I
you know
understand what
why?
you mean. I
Do you
understand
know
what you
why,
mean.
Sinach?
Don't worry.
You
Don't
see,
worry.
you
I
see a
know. I
goat.
understand what you mean.
Yeah, I
No,
know
no,
what you
wait.
mean. I know what you
You
mean.
see,
I understand what you
Goat no
mean.
you
follow,
see a goat,
Go them
you
one way.
cannot control a goat.
Yeah,
Once you
man.
put a goat
I know.
somewhere,
I said.
a
I
goat
said.
is
I
going
know
to,
what you mean. I know
you
what you
get.
mean. Don't
So
worry.
I
I
identify
know
as a
what you
goat,
mean.
not a sheep.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. The thing is, there's really no new technology.
Yes,
All the
bro.
technology that all these thieves, you know who I'm talking about,
I will know
are
them now.
patenting to their names already existed in Africa for entire millennia, including this smartphone you are using.
But
Very, very
This
much.
Ambassador,
this
what you gotta know,
this smartphone you're using. You
you
said?
are that technology. So when you say in Africa, you have to know, say, our invisible self is
I
that
understand.
technology.
I'm even
That's the
talking about
technology.
I'm talking about technology that is other than me, other than self, right? For instance, this
There's no
this
technology
smartphone.
older than who you are truly, because you are the true technology.
I totally understand that. But what I'm saying is that the technologies that are being paraded right now, For instance, wireless technology
Yes,
existed for
yes, yes,
entire
yes, yes.
millennia.
We get, yes, yes,
Long
yes,
You know,
before.
yes,
yeah, that's what I'm saying,
yes,
right?
yes,
And the TV technology, the so-called smartphone technology, existed for entire millennia in Africa. See,
yes.
back in the day, if you go meet these spiritualists, these African spiritualists, when you when they want to divine, offer you some divination, right? See, they will have a screen where you will see motion picture of some things that is happening,
Very
and
true.
that screen was not made with glass.
It was made with clay.
You get, and you will literally see moving picture the very same way you are seeing moving picture in a TV or on a smartphone. That was
Mm.
the technology they came to steal from us to
And they will
make
be
the first TV.
communicating through phones. They will put some things like calabash in their ears,
Yeah,
and they will be
absolutely.
communicating with another
They say
place
they
in a
say
faraway
Abraham
land.
Abraham Bell Abraham Bell created the telephone. I just laugh.
Never.
Mm,
How?
mm, mm.
I laugh at what they are saying. Or Graham Bell. Is it Graham Bell they call him?
It's Graham Bell now.
So the thing is, once our children understands that the origin of all technology is Africa, then there is no one in this life that can make them feel inferior or feel um lesser than themselves. They know
But,
that they hail from the ancestry.
but look, when we understand that we are conditioned differently and different level, it's like saying, okay, if we don't check who condition is the highest, it's like an eagle and a chicken. So we're gonna check it and say, okay, who went through the storm? But the chicken come and tell us, say, yo, I tell us about the storm and I tell us about the highest altitude and whatever. But when you check it, you realize, what chicken can't fly to go that far? So who conditioned to go that far? An eagle. So that's all you check who now. Biology is the highest conditional. Because that's the difference we have to check, It's the conditional and how it work in this. It's like when we used to get these analog phone and now we're getting these high-tech phone. What can do what? And that's all we gotta go. That's what we gotta do. And it's just easily proven. Because you cannot tell me say a chicken went to the highest altitude. We know it's an eagle. So when it comes to creating, who gonna be the creator of all? The one that condition and the highest. And we know it's the menelated being. We know that. The one that is more carbonate. We know that. And history proved that, but it's just we as a general public, where the 1% set us all against ourselves. So that's why we have to just, as an individual, because as I said, the 50 mango on the tree can do the same as the tree do. They all can do the same. So that's why you have to just be your true self and just throw your can out, and whoever catch that can after them business.
I mean, that's a beautiful, 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 beautiful. Throw the corn out. Whoever catch the corn, that's who eat. You know,
I realize. Because
that's
you
who
realize
eat.
say, you cannot do the application for a person. A person has to do that application to have that
Yeah.
experience, to come to that
And that's why they say
realization.
you can't give wisdom. I can only share knowledge. I cannot give
Yes.
wisdom. Wisdom
Yes.
is once you take my knowledge and you apply it and it becomes what you know to be true to you, you know?
Yes.
So I can't do the application part for you. I can only tell you what my results were when I did the application part, you know?
Yes.
And your application and your results might be different, but it's the same. The principle is always the same. Whatever you reap, whatever you sow, you reap. You know, that's the
Yes.
principle. Whatever you sow, you reap. Whatever you put in, you get out.
And what we
That's
call
what.
what we call knowledge really is just an introduction to principles. What we call, when I say, okay, I'm giving you my knowledge, I'm really not giving you my knowledge. I'm just introducing you to universal principles that you can apply, you know.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say something while Jablis was talking. A thought came to my mind that, the concept of witchcraft, right? The demonization of witchcraft in Africa. And it is actually the manifestation of the unlimited capacity of the African literally can do everything. They can master anything in nature.
Everything,
Africans can
bro.
literally
Bro,
Africans literally can fly if they master
brother.
aerodynamics. And when somebody is flying,
Ooh,
they call her a witch because he or she understands the law of
of
aerodynamics,
nature,
the
completely.
law of nature. Exactly. And because these folks operate at low
The
vibrational,
lowest, the lowest.
the lowest, so they can't understand it. All they can do is demonize it.
Yes. That's why I say it's like a chicken tell you, want to tell an eagle about altitude, about storm. It can't be done.
Exactly.
So that's why I
Exactly.
say when government speak, when that person they speak, me say, they're not speaking to me. Chicken,
Exactly.
eagle don't answer to chicken. Lion don't answer to
Exactly.
dog. I
Exactly.
know who I am, so I know I don't answer. Yo, I have my
And
own.
that's why people get caught
Exactly.
up in what be being said on the news and in the
Yeah,
newspapers and stuff. And I'm
Exactly.
like, that ain't for me.
that's
Like
not
how
for
you feel
me.
about this
Exactly.
and how you feel about that. That don't
That's
apply
not
to me.
for
Like if that
me.
apply to you, that apply to you.
Exactly.
But I don't feel no type of way at all about it. It's not for me.
Exactly.
That's not for
Not for
me.
me. They're not talking to me. They're not addressing me.
No, you know,
And
cat
that
and
is what
dog is
personal
different.
discovery can do.
Yo,
That is what personal discovery can do.
yes,
Once you discover yourself, man, it's
that's
personal power. That's the seat of personal power.
hundred
That's the
percent,
foundation of personal power.
100%.
Doesn't matter if the person in question who is trying to demean you is the president of the United States of America. It don't matter. It
Oh
doesn't
my
matter.
God, oh my God, oh
It
my
doesn't
God.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter who it is. Hey,
It don't matter. It don't matter at all who it is, you know? And that's why I say don't nobody hold a higher position in my life than me, you
no,
know? Like a lot of people put their parents up on standards and their spouses and their kids. Like, hey, I
I am.
realize that I'm the
Hey,
flower and that
I'm the
everything
highest.
that's in my life came
Do you
from me.
know?
You
Do
know,
you
I'm
know?
the highest
Do you
here.
know? So you know that there was when I remember when my wife and I were still together. No matter what I do for her, she would tell me, Michael, you're not making me happy. And I would tell her, see, it is not in my own jurisdiction to make you happy.
Exactly.
Though I can create resources for you that can make you discover your own happiness. It sounded new to her. And the funny thing is that when she goes to churches, go to everybody and tell them, say, Brother Michael, please make your wife happy. I say, see, I want to make her happy,
But you
but
can't
I
do that.
cannot make her happy.
Exactly.
Happiness is a
You
self
understand?
job. You cannot,
You
happiness
understand?
is a
And
self
and
job, you
and
know?
when it looks like she's nagging and I'm smiling and I'm trying to make myself happy, I become selfish.
You know why people are
And
not
you know
happy?
what? Oh, go ahead.
Because
And
they
I'm
are
like,
mentally lazy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
see,
I
I
was
want
gonna
to be
say
happy.
anything that I
Happiness is a
require from
personal
you,
creation.
Yes.
I can
anything,
only make
yeah.
you excited. Whatever it is
Happiness.
I'm buying for you or whatever it is I say to you will only make you laugh for a period of time.
Happiness is a personal creation.
You have to go
Hmm.
into yourself and discover yourself to see why you are happy. As in when you discover yourself, happiness will flow naturally.
Exactly.
You get, so it is
It,
not
it,
in my
it,
jurisdiction. And the moment I tried to make her happy, try to make everybody happy, I became miserable myself. And I'm like, I can't continue living this life. I
exactly.
cannot continue living this life.
No.
Yeah. So
Everybody,
the thing is that if I don't have happiness in myself, and I meet you and I say, Michael, you got to make me happy.